subsequent financial years. Let me turn now to financial sector stability and development. Mr. Speaker, the banking sector remained stable and resilient in 2022. Deposits held by the sector increased by 12.3%, while pre-tax profits increased by 22.0%. On the other hand, gross non-performing loans for the sector stood at 13.3% in December 2022, a decline from 14.7% in June 2022. The need to build resilience and to exploit emerging opportunities has led to increased consolidation as well as regional expansion through acquisitions. This has led to strong institutions supporting the stability of the banking sector. The sector is therefore expected to remain sound and stable in 2023, building on the reform initiatives and buffers that have been built over the years. Mr. Speaker, in order to address consumer protection concerns arising from unregulated digital lenders, the Central Bank of Kenya introduced Digital Credit Providers Regulations 2022 that were approved in May 2022. They provide regulations and guidelines for the licensing and oversight of previously unregulated digital credit providers. I'm happy to report that by the end of March 2023, 32 digital credit providers have been licensed, while others are at different approval stages. More importantly, the Central Bank of Kenya is working with other agencies and regulators, including the Office of the Data Protection Commissioner, to ensure all digital credit providers are brought into the regulatory perimeter to protect consumers. Mr. Speaker, in an effort to transform Kenya's financial markets, the Central Bank will soon launch the upgraded Central Securities Depository Code named DAO-CSD. The upgraded Central Securities Depository will improve financial market liquidity, enhance operational efficiency in domestic debt market, further promoting market deepening, and also broadening financial inclusion through expansion of digital access and position Kenya as the preferred financial hub in the region. The Central Securities Depository will also scale up services to the public sector, to the public market participants, and support our diaspora investors via a versatile and highly scalable digital solution with capacity to deliver seamless investor experience and convenience. Mr. Speaker, since the launch of the National Payments Strategy 2023-2025 in February 2022, the Central Bank has implemented major initiatives to improve quality, access, and affordability of payment services to Kenyans. These include implementation of mobile money interoperability, licensing of new payment service providers, and rollout of key standards that increase convenience of payment services in line with global best practices. Building on these gains, in the financial year of 2023-2024, the Central Bank, together with other stakeholders, will first undertake a comprehensive review of the National Payments System Act of 2011 and National Payment System Regulations of 2014 to modernize Kenya's payments legal and regulatory framework in line with emerging trends, innovations, and enhance oversight for improved service delivery to Kenyans. Second, it will develop and implement an interoperable payments platform to unlock cost-effective, real-time, and retail payments across banks, payment service providers, card schemes, and other regulated financial institutions. This will further contribute to lowering the cost of these services, increase choice, competition, stability, and widespread adoption of digital payments among Kenyans. Mr. Speaker, in order to reduce money laundering vulnerability, the Central Bank has reviewed and enhanced the banking sector Know Your Customer KYC, and customer due diligence CDD processes. This will further strengthen the effectiveness of the banking sector, anti-money laundering, and combating of financing of terrorism and the proliferation of financing, PF, risk-based supervisory framework. Indeed, AML CFT PF regime is important to uphold. Let me turn to deposit insurance reform. Mr. Speaker, financial stability risks have increased rapidly as the resilience of the global financial system has been tested by high inflation and rising interest rates. In order to enhance protection of the depositors, the Kenya Deposit Insurance Corporation is in the process of reviewing the current coverage limit of 500,000 with a view to ascertain its adequacy in protecting the micro, small, and medium enterprises. In addition, the corporation has developed an alternative dispute resolution mechanism and framework to address disputes between financial institutions that have been crossed and their respective stakeholders, thereby fast-tracking release of available resources and winding up those banks under liquidation. Let me turn to Capital Markets Authority, Mr. Speaker. The Capital Markets Authority, capital markets remain a critical catalyst in mobilizing of savings and investments towards productive enterprise in Kenya. In order to support micro and small and medium enterprises, access to financing via capital markets, the Capital Markets Authority has developed the Capital Markets Public Offers Discount Regulations for 2023. These regulations will enable MSMEs raise debt and equity capital via Nairobi Securities Exchange. The authority is also implementing the Capital Markets Investment-Based Crowdfunding Regulations 2022, and that will support Kenyan startups to raise finance from both global and local investors. Mr. Speaker, as part of these initiatives to support the real estate sector, the LAP Trust, Imara Real Estate Investment Trust, late, has been listed in Nairobi Securities Exchange following the approval of the Capital Markets Authority. This will provide investors with a unique opportunity to invest in a diversified portfolio of income-generating real estate assets. Let me turn